spring cleaning?
The mole had been working very hard all morning, cleaning his little home. But spring, with its spirit of divine discontent and longing, was moving in the air above him, penetrating even his dark and lonely little house. Suddenly, fed up with a nose full of dust and an aching back, he had flung down his brush and bolted out of the house without even waiting to put on his coat. Then he scraped and scrabbled his way upwards from the perpetual gloom of his front porch to find himself in the juicy green grass of a meadow by a sparkling river. The sunshine struck hot on his fur, soft breezes caressed his heated brow, and after living underground all winter, the carol of happy bells on his dulled hearing, almost like a shout.
Hang spring cleaning. This is fine. Excuse me, but what's that?
What is what?
That.
What?
The sparkling water thing.
Do you mean the river?
So that's a river.
Never in his life had Mole seen such a thing as a full-fed river, sleek and sinuous, chasing and chuckling, dripping things with a gurgle and leaving them with a laugh.
And you're saying, like, you've never even seen a river before?
Well, I've heard of them, of course.
Where have you been your whole life? In a hole or someplace?
Yes, I'm a mole. I spent most of my life underground.
Really? Like a vampire?
No, not really. More like a burrowing insect eater of the family Talpidae. My hearing and my sense of smell and so on are quite good, but my eyesight's none too clever.
Excuse me, did we ask to hear about your personal problems? How do you find out what's happening?
Well, I like to think I keep in touch.
Oh yeah? How do you do that living in a hole?
Well, I subscribe to Punch and the Strand magazine. Have you read the new Sherlock Holmes?
I don't even do moles anymore. Chelsea, you dated a mole? I like the earthy type, okay? And hey, Buffy, it was Valentine's. A girl's got to have a date, don't she?
Okay, no argument from me on that. Come on, let's go. We'll be late for Steve's party. I forget that mole. I think he has issues. Sure, I can smell him.
Oh, bye.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been hard at it all morning, and my geezer's on the blink. And you see, living on my own...
Stop, please. Don't say any more. Ever! The earthy type. Could that be more gross? Oh!
Cheerio.
Hello, Mole.
Oh, hello, Rat.
Haven't seen you around before. Where do you call home, then?
Back there in the meadow. Mole End.
Oh, don't say that. Just a couple of rabbits. They pop up all over the place.
No, I mean, that's where I live. Mole End, it's the name of my house.
Quite right, too. Post office trying to tell me my house had to have a number, not a name. Blooming chick, I blame the trade unions.
It's all too much.
Well, I couldn't agree yet. 2 years in the army, that's what they need.
No, I mean, well, I was spring cleaning, you see, and I get a bit fed up with the dust and the bother and so on. So I thought, blow this moly old chap. Let's go and have a look at how spring's looking in the meadow. And within 5 minutes, I've seen my first river, and I've met 2 simply amazing rabbits, and I've met you too, of course. And your boat.
Now, look here, old chap. I can see this is all a bit new to you, so what I propose is, you come along with me, we'll have a nice row upstream, find a shady spot for a bite of lunch. How does that sound?
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Splendid! Well, it just so happens that I've brought a few morsels with me, nothing lavish, I'm afraid, but it should keep the wolf from the door.
Oh, I should say so. A wolf?
Just an expression, none of that sort around here. Now, why don't you just pop yourself into the middle of that seat there? Yeah?
Oh.
Careful!
Oh.
Anyone think you've never been in a boat before?
Well, I haven't.
What? Never been?
you're as bad as those rabbits. I can't help it if I'm a mole.
There, old chap, I didn't mean anything.
No, of course you didn't. I'm sorry. So, is it nice then? Boating and so on.
Nice. It's the only thing. Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth
Look ahead,
doing.
Rat.
Oh. Well, here's a stroke of luck. This looks just perfect for lunch. No, you can't beat boats. In them or out of them, it doesn't matter. Well, nothing matters. That's the charm of it. Whether you get away or whether you don't, whether you're always busy, you're never doing anything in particular. And of course, you couldn't enjoy boats without the river.
What's inside it?
Oh, well, there's cold chicken inside, and then there's cold ham, cold beef, cold tongue, pickled gherkins, a little salad, keeps us regular, French rolls, cress sandwiches, ginger beer, potted meat,
Well,
soda water.
stop. It's all too much.
Oh, do you think so? It's only what I always bring on these little excursions, and the other animals have always told me that I'm a very mean beast and cut it very fine.
And you really live by the river? How jolly.
Well, brother and sister to me, and food and drink, company, washing, of course. It's my world, and I don't want any other. Every season brings its own excitements. When the floods are up in January, and the groundwater rushes by my window, or when the water subsides and the rushes and the weeds clog the channels. And then all those things, those careless people drop out of their boats.
People? Are there many of their sort about?
Yes, well, more and more, I'm afraid. I wouldn't mind if they wouldn't insist on driving round in those dreadful things. I mean, the noise and the smell are each intolerable, but put together.
As a riverbank type, you must see quite a lot of human folk. What do you make of them?
Well, they're all right in their own way, I suppose. Each to his own, live and let live and so on. I'll tell you one thing, though. I wouldn't let my daughter marry one.
You're married.
No, just an expression. Are you?
Oh, no. Just me and a couple of maiden aunts left in the family.
Oddly enough, that's my situation too. Well, you never know. One day, meet the right. You know.
Plenty of time for all that, as my aunt says.
Yes, quite.
I say, you know those two rabbits?
Oh, look, don't worry about those. Foreigners, you know, came over on the same boat as the grey squirrels. They're all a bit like that in the wild wood, bohemian types.
Wild wooders?
Yes, those that inhabit the wild wood. It's not very far from here. You can practically see it from my front door.
You sound as if you don't terribly approve.
Well, let me see. The squirrels are all right, and some of the rabbits. The rabbits are a very mixed bunch, as you've discovered.
Company!
And then there's Badger. He's not being rude. He simply hates society. We shan't see any more of him today.
Does he live in the wild wood?
Right in the heart of it. Wouldn't live anywhere else either if you paid him. Dear old Badger. Nobody interferes with him. They'd better not.
Why? Who would interfere with him?
Oh, well, there are others. Weasels. They can be a bit of a handful when they've been drinking. And foxes. Well, actually, I have a very good friend who's a fox, but they're not to be trifled with or trusted, if you see what I mean. And then there's this stoat in there who thinks he's God's gift and a gangster to boot. Bunches fellow. Anyway, suppose we ought to be on our way. I wonder which of us had better pack the luncheon basket.
Oh, please, let me.
Splendid fellow.
It's funny.
What are you looking at?
Bubbles.
Bubbles! Ah, otter!
Greedy beggars. Why didn't you invite me, Ratty?
It was an impromptu affair. By the way, meet my friend, Mr. Mole.
Proud, I'm sure.
Who's out on the river today?
Oh, the whole world or so, it seems. Mainly because they all want to get a look at Toad in his brand new canoe, if you please. New boat, new togs, new everything.
Typical Toad. Once it was nothing but sailing. Nothing would please him more but to sail all day and every day, and a nice mess he made of that. And then last year, it was houseboating.
If it's in the Sunday supplements, he's got to have it.
We all had to go and stay with him on his houseboat and pretend that we enjoyed it. Oh, it's always the same with Toad. Whatever he takes up, he gets tired of and starts something afresh.
Such a good fellow too, but no stability, especially in a boat. Here he comes. Hello! Hello, Toad.
He'll be out of that in a minute if he carries on like that.
Well, of course he will. Where's that little beggar of a son of mine got to?
Wandering off again.
There you are. Where have you been?
Just exploring.
Well, you can jolly well explore yourself home. Well, say good morning to Mr. Rat and his friend. Not too shy to go wandering off every other minute now, are you? Right then, we'd better get home. Mother will be getting worried. Nice to have met you, Mr. Mole. Cheerio.
Bye. Ready, Mole?
Ready?
Let's be off then.
I say, Ratty, do you think I might have a go at rowing the boat?
Ah, now, I'd have a few lessons if I were you. This is not as easy as it looks.
Oh, please, Ratty, I want to row. Now.
Patience, my young friend. Stop it, you silly ass! You'll have us over!
Oh my, how cold the water was, and oh how very wet it felt. How it sang in his ears as he went down, down, down. How bright and welcome the sun looked as he rose to the surface, coughing and spluttering. How black was his despair when he felt himself sinking again.
Looks like someone got a ducking.
In more ways than one.
Oh, yeah, but hey, he needed a bath.
Ah, he'll be all right, you mark my words. He'll make a true river banker.
River banker. I'm guessing that would be rhyming slang. There he is.
Are you done by this coming to the party or what?
Oh, we're there, Steve. Don't go without us. We're
Like
there.
I care either way?
Oh, Ratty. Oh, my generous friend. I've been a complete ass, and I know it. I'm going to look at just this once and forgive me.
Oh, don't mention it, bless you. Why? What's a little wet to a water rat? No, don't mention anything else about it. I say, why don't you come and stop with me for a while? It's very plain and rough, and I could make you very comfortable. I could teach you to swim and to row, and you'll soon be as handy on the river as any of us.
The rat took the mole back to his home, and having dragged him out and found him a dressing gown and slippers, told him river stories till supper time. And very thrilling stories they were too, to an earth-dwelling animal like the mole. The day was only the first of many similar ones, each of them longer and fuller of interest as the ripening summer moved onward.
Right now, loves, everybody listening, please.
What's all the racket?
Excuse me, this is not a racket. My friends the ducks, they're rehearsing a little song of mine for the riverbankers' fete in a fortnight.
I think you'll need a bit longer than that, if you don't mind my saying so. It sounded a bit rough from inside.
Oh, actually, I do mind you saying so. They were just warming up and you were inside. Now, please. Everybody, Donald! Will you please stop doing that? Now, everybody.
Ratty, can we get a move on, please? I've got to get everybody off to school.
It is nearly 8:30, Ratty. I happen to notice the clock on the
Quiet,
mantelpiece.
please! Oh, every year I swear this is the last time. Now.
All along the backwater through the rushes tall, ducks are a-dabbling, up tails all.
Louder!
All along the backwater through the rushes tall, ducks are a-dabbling, up tails all. Ducks' tails, drakes' tails, yellow feet and quiver, yellow fields on either side, busy in the river.
Everyone move what he likes.
We like to be heads down, tails up.
Dum, 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 dum.
High in the blue above, sweet swirl and gore, we are a-dabbling, up tails all. All along the backwater through the rushes tall, ducks are a-dabbling, up tails all.
Come on, everybody. Off to school. Donald, don't do that. It's dirty.
Bye, Dorothy. See you next Saturday. Dress rehearsal, feathers all fluffed.
I don't know that I think so very much of that little song, Ratty.
Well, you've got to hear it a few more times and it will grow on you. Now, if I could just get a record company interested.
But what I was going to ask you was, won't you take me to meet Toad? Call on him, so to speak.
Yes, why not? You know, that's a splendid idea. We'll go there right now.
Will you mind us just dropping in?
Oh, Toad won't mind. We can call on Toad any time. It's never a bad time. Always the same fellow, Toady.
His house is by the river, isn't it?
Oh, yes, but I think we might as well walk. It's not very far and there's a bit of varnish drying on the boat.
Toad must be a very nice animal.
Ah, he is indeed the best of animals. So simple, so affectionate and so good-natured. It may be that he's not very clever, but then we can't all be geniuses.
No,
And
indeed.
it may be that he is both boastful and conceited. But he has got some good qualities, has Toad. Now, look, he's just round this corner. Magnificent pile, Toad Hall. Old money, you understand. I say, what's this?
Bill, Geoffrey, that's the third load since we set out. One more time and you'll be put on half rations.
I'm just nervous, that's all. Holidays are stressful, it's a known medical fact. I always go more when I'm stressed.
I'm the one who's meant to be on the long weekends, not you. You're just a cart horse. Now giddy up.
Your enlightened management style astounds me yet again.
Say, Toad.
Oh, Ratto, hurrah! Oh, but this is splendid. I was just about to send a boat upstream for you. And you, Mr.
Mole, my friend Mole, recent acquaintance.
Charmed, I'm sure. Oh, how splendid and fortunate this is. You are the very animals I wanted. You've got to help me. It's most important.
Oh, now, if it's about your rowing, now you're doing fairly well, but there remains the problem of excessive splashing.
Oh, pooh to boating. Oh, I found... gave it up years ago. Silly, boyish amusement. No, I found the only genuine occupation for a country gentleman. The open road, Ratty. Why I didn't think of it years ago, I'll never know. To think of all those years I wasted messing about in boats. Well, that's real life for you, Ratty. Embodied in that little cart. The dusty highway, the common, the rolling downs. We're here today, up and off somewhere else tomorrow. Change, travel, interest, excitement. Oh, mind you, that cart is the very finest of its kind ever built, without exception. Well, it's all complete, you see. Biscuits, potted lobster, sardines. You'll find everything you could possibly want. Soda water here, baccy there. Writing paper, jam, cards, dominoes, bacon. You'll find that absolutely nothing whatsoever has been forgotten. And hence, we can make a start immediately, if not sooner.
Did I just hear you say we and start and immediately?
If not sooner.
Now, Ratty, don't start talking in that stiff and sniffy sort of way. You know you've simply got to come with me. I couldn't possibly manage without you. So, let's consider that settled and don't argue. You know it's the one thing I can't stand. And besides, you surely don't mean to stick to that fusty old river of yours all your life, living in a hole in the riverbank and doing nothing but boat.
Actually, I do mean to live by the river and live in my hole and boat, as you put it, as I've always done. And what's more, Mole doesn't want to go with you either, do you, Mole?
Well,
Moley?
Well, all I was going to say was that it does sound as if it might be rather fun.
Oh, there you are, you see. At least the estimable Mole has the vision, the sense of adventure, might one say, the courage.
Oh, all right. I can see where this is leading.
So could I. Pulling 3 animals instead of 1. I should have called in lame.
Now, come on, you chaps. The sun's warm on our backs, and we'll want some new scenery to look at by lunchtime.
I won't go if you don't want to, Ratty.
No, don't you worry. I'd rather stick by him for the moment if it's all right with you. Toad's not very good at looking after himself, and this won't last long. His fads never do.
So, how's old Badger then? Still hiding away in the depths of the wild wood?
That's where he lives, Toad. It's where his home is. It's just like you and Toad Hall. He wouldn't live anywhere else.
Gosh, you're right there. Finest house in these parts, or anywhere else for that matter.
I haven't met Mr. Badger yet.
What? Not met old Badger? Ratty! What on earth have you been doing?
So much to do. The river's so busy in the summer.
But you will take me to meet Mr. Badger, won't you, Ratty? Soon.
Providing we don't spend the rest of our lives following Toad's caravan. Yes.
The end was actually nearer than even the rats suspected. But they had a pleasant ramble that day over grassy downs and narrow byways. Early evening found them strolling along the high road, the mole by the horse's head talking to him, since the horse had complained that he was being frightfully left out of it.
Making an individual feel isolated in the workplace is a recognised form of stress. It's a
The toad and water rat were walking behind the cart, talking together. At least, the toad was talking, and the rat was saying at intervals,
Yes, indeed. How fascinating.
while all the time thinking how much he was missing his river. When from far away they heard a faint warning hum, like the drone of a distant bee. Glancing round, they saw a small cloud of dust advancing on them at incredible speed.
Ratty!
Don't hunt!
Ratty!
I'll
Help
have
me
a
with-
go on you,
Geoffrey,
Alfie.
on it.
Every ball in the land.
Mr. Toad? Poop! Poop!
Toad, come and lend a hand, will you? I mean, it's your cart after all, or rather was. I'm afraid it's a bit of a wreck. Toad?
Poop! Poop!
Toad, you come in to lend a hand.
Oh, beautiful, stirring sight. Oh, the poetry of motion. Oh, that's the real way to travel. Villages skipped, towns and cities jumped. Oh, bliss. Poop, poop. Oh, my.
Oh, stop being an ass, Toad.
What are we going to do with him?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing we can do. I know him of old. He, Toad, is now possessed.
Possessed? He's not going to vomit, is he?
Well, I don't know. The point is that he's now got a new craze. It always takes him like this in the first stages. He'll be like this for days now. Oh, come on, we might as well go and find Geoffrey.
To think that I never knew. I never even dreamt. Oh, to think of all those wasted years. But now, what dust clouds will spring up behind me as I speed on my reckless way.
Now, it's going to be 4 or 5 miles to the nearest town. We're going to have to walk, so the sooner we make a start, the better.
Yeah, but what about Mr. Toad? We can't leave him all by himself in the middle of the road. Supposing another one of those things comes along.
Bother Toad, I'm done with him.
Oh, chaps!
Now look here, Toad. The minute we get to that town, you're going to have to go straight to the police station and report all this. You're going to have to then find somebody to fetch the cart and then to mend it.
Mend the cart? Police report? Well, me? Complain of that beautiful, that heavenly vision that has been vouchsafed to me.
What, saved?
Oh, Ratty, I can't begin to thank you enough for coming on this trip. Well, to think that I might never have seen that swan, that sunbeam, that thunderbolt.
What's he talking about?
What about your cart?
Oh, I'm done with carts. Oh, and Ratty, I owe it all to you.
You see what he's like? He's quite hopeless. I give up.
I say, chaps, do you think that when we get to town, the car showrooms might still be open?
If ever you catch me going a pleasuring with this provoking animal again, I'll...
They left the horses in the inn stable and made what arrangements they could about the cart and its contents. They then, taking a circuitous route around all the car showrooms, caught a slow train to a station not far from Toad Hall, where they escorted a spellbound, sleepwalking Toad to his door.
How do you spell reputable?
R-A-P-U-T.
Was that 1 T or 2?
It's one, I think.
Oh, she thinks.
Why don't you just put honest?
Yeah, perhaps.
You could always consult a dictionary, perhaps.
Nah, don't do books. That's my image. Never saw Ronnie and Reggie reading, did ya?
Who were they?
Well, Al Capone then. Never saw him taking his books back to a library.
Al Capone went to jail.
There. Honest Steve's Motors. That ought to shift it.
Excuse me? I don't think that's how you spell honest.
Why? What's wrong with it?
There's like a T too many.
You're in a sloppy mood this morning. What is it? Your time of the week or something?
How dare you?
Oh, I dare, darling. I dare.
Cool it. Here comes a sucker if ever I saw one.
I say,
Good morning, sir.
I say, what a splendid motor car. Is it for sale?
Why? Sir must be psychic. We received this, as you say, splendid set of wheels only yesterday evening, when the owner, a lady owner, a rather timid elderly lady, who nonetheless insisted on having her car serviced regularly, decided she was getting past it. Driving, that is, not the other, her being a nun. Anyway,
This fine example of the automotive engineer's art can be yours for the paltry sum of 700 nickel.
Goodness. Oh, that is splendid. Will you take a cheque?
Oh, sorry, your lordship. Small problem of...
Cash flow, bottom line revenue stream issues, I'm sorry to say, sir.
I'm sure a gentleman with your evident breeding, background, worldly wisdom, and not to mention taste and...
I'm there.
Yeah, highborn. That's what you are, sir. It's obvious.
Highborn? Well, yes, I suppose I am, really.
So, if there wasn't a personage such as yourself, born every minute, humble tradesmen such as myself would be out of business.
Well, now, I do have some experience in these matters, and for cash, I shall expect a discount.
Oh, I can see I can pull the wool over your eyes, your worship. 699 quid, and you can drive away right now.
Right, done. Oh, thanks. I say, where are the keys?
Oh, you don't get keys with this model, sir. It's far too advanced for that. It's got its very own electronic ignition.
Oh, I almost forgot to ask. It does have a warranty and all that, doesn't it?
Oh, it's got a warrant out on it. You can be sure of that.
Yeah, don't you worry about a thing, sir. If that car breaks down, all you do is drive it back here, and I'll fix you up good and proper.
Oh, that is reassuring. Who says good service is a thing of the past?
You know, I don't think that guy's past his right.
So what? Neither have I.
So, well, what does easy terms mean, anyhow?
It means he won't get more than 6 months when they catch up with him.
If they catch him.
No, they'll catch him all right. One phone call to the local boys in blue should fix it.
You're gonna squeal, are you?
The word is grass over here, love. And anyway, didn't you recognise him? That's Toad.
The Toad, as in?
Toadle. That's right. A fine property that is now, apparently, about to be vacant for 6 months, or possibly longer, whilst the owner, or should I say previous owner, gets used to prison food. I've been thinking about trading up in terms of my living accommodation.
You're a wicked stoke, Steve. Steve, you wicked stoke.
Come on, I want to view my new property.
By George, that's warm work.
10 o'clock and it's still hot. I didn't want to go in. You stayed to supper, of course.
Yeah, simply had to. They wouldn't hear of me leaving. I felt such a brute. They were so unhappy, Mole.
Why, what's the matter? Otter's all right, isn't he?
Little Portly. He's gone missing again. You know how Otter worries about him.
Yes,
Never says as much, of course. One can't spoil the boy.
I suppose so. Still, I'm sure there's nothing to really worry about. He's always wandering off and exploring and getting lost. It's only natural.
Yes, but I'm afraid this time it's serious. He's been gone for days now. Otter searched high and low without finding any trace at all. I got it out of him that young Portly hasn't learned to swim very well yet, and I know that Otter's thinking of the weir. And there are traps and things, you know. Otter's gone to spend the night tonight watching at the ford. That was Portly's favourite place. It's where he caught his first fish.
Poor Otter. Waiting and helpless. Ratty, I don't want to turn in without at least trying to do something.
And it's not the sort of night for bed anyway. Come on.
We'll paddle upstream. The moon will be up soon, and then we can, well, just search as well as we can.
And Dawnwall is not so very far off. We may well get news of him from early rising as we go along. Down that backwater.
Sure. Getting close to the weir.
Yes. Better be careful. Okay, let's tie up here.
I've never noticed this before.
Yeah, I can't say that's familiar to me either.
Is it an island?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We've come.
It's not private property, is it? We didn't mean to trespass. Ratty, are you frightened?
Of him? No. Never. How could one be?
You know him well enough, for he is only half a god after all, and in him the red earth is strong. He loves you simple, cheery sinners. He shuns the iron road and level highway. He strides the sheep track under racing skies on limitless downs, or treads the path through copse and spinney. Out of hearing of all the clamour, the rural Pan is found by the secluded stream of the water rat, singing his greeting for his foster brother, the mole.
Mole? Yes. I am a bit frightened, actually.
I say, Ratty, why are we kneeling down? What's going on?
I don't know. I remember being up here. Hang on. It's morning. The last thing I remember was
Drifting along in the moonlight, I know. And then, it's funny, but in the dark I thought this was, Portly, it is you!
your father is going to be very cross with you.
Are you all right, young fellow?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Moore.
All in one piece. Oh, well-mannered little chap. Here's 50 pence for you.
Oh, sir, thank you.
I'm afraid that Ratty, Mr. Rat, is quite right. Father won't be best pleased.
No, I can foresee an uncongenial meeting between you, your pa, and his knee.
Beg your pardon, sir.
Portly!
Nothing.
Let's be off then.
All's well that ends well.
Oh, I can't thank you gentlemen enough. Now, young fellow-me lad, you've an apology to make to your mother. Here, dry your eyes. The rabbits are awake by now. We don't want them to see that we've been crying, do we? No, that would never do, would it? Or blow. White. And again. Right, come on then.
Now, I'm ready for my breakfast. I wonder which Which of us had better row back?
Oh, please, Loretta, let me.
Jolly good fellow, come on.
I've been meaning to ask you for weeks. Well, it's such an obvious question, really, but where does the river go?
Go? Well, it just goes.
Yes, but where to?
Well, the Great Sea eventually.
Sea. Oh, I've heard of it, of course. I wonder what it looks like.
The Great Sea? Oh, well, it's not very far away, actually. Every bubble and trickle and lick of the wash, it all ends up in the Great Sea. Some people would say that's where it all began, but that thinking's a bit too brainy for my taste.
Or a bit too briny, perhaps.
Very wrong. No, the point is, the Great Sea, big as it is merely itself a part of the wide world.
Beyond the wild wood.
Exactly. And that, well, that just doesn't matter. Not to you nor to me. I've never been there, I'm never going, and nor should you either if you've got any sense.
And I'll make breakfast too when we get home.
Splendid fellow.
The only difficulty that presents itself in this otherwise very clear case is how to make it sufficiently hot for the incorrigible rogue whom we see cowering in the dock before us.
Rogue? But I'm lord of the manor!
Silence!
No!
Feel free to use your discretion if the accused interrupts these proceedings again, Constable.
Right you
Now,
are, sir.
as I was saying... What was I saying?
You're making it hot for the accused.
Yes, it is rather warm in here, isn't it? Who's this, anyway?
Don't serve, Toad Hall. Receiving stolen goods. To wit, an expensive motor car. Driving same away without permission. Gross impertinence to a police officer.
What? I know!
He probably stole the motor car in the first place, didn't he?
I should think so, sir, by the look of him. Shifty.
Indeed. Now, what's next?
The sentence. Now look here, you senile old fool!
Don't trouble yourself, Constable. This court takes a dim view of wanton insolence. Where was I?
The sentence. Look, it's nearly time for 11 since.
Is it? I thought we'd only just had breakfast. Now, Mr. Clark, would you tell us, please, what is the very stiffest penalty we can impose for this offence, or offences?
Well, most people would say that stealing the car was the worst offence, and so it is. But cheeking a police constable carries the severest penalty, and so it ought. So, if we say 6 months for the theft, which is mild, and 3 years for the dangerous driving, which is lenient, and 16 years for the cheating, which was pretty bad sort of cheek. That, if added together, comes to, divide by 2, 3, 19 years, give or take.
But, right.
So let's say around 20, to be on the safe side.
Excellent. Now then, the prisoner at the bar, pull yourself together and stand up. Oh, you are standing up. Well, it's going to be 20 years for you this time. And mind, if you come before us again, we shan't be so lenient. What did he do again? Oh, never mind. Time for a sniff, surely.
Then the brutal minions of the law fell upon the hapless Toad, dragging him across the marketplace. Hooting schoolchildren assailed his person. Their innocent faces lit up with the pleasure they ever derived from the sight of a gentleman in difficulties. To add egregious insult to outrageous injury, the playful populace assailed him with their jeering voices.
The Toad is off to jail!
The Toad is off to jail!
The Toad is off to jail!
The Toad is off to jail to sew the back of the mail.
fortune lost, the peerage yet another cross.
His head is spinning round and round and round and round and round.
He's going down. The toad is on his way. In court he's had his day. There's nothing more to say.
He took the car as bold as brass and used up nearly all the gas. Now he knows that if he's daft enough to do the crime,
He'll do the time.
He stole a car and drove it off. Now Direct Line have wrote it off.
He can cheat and lie and ride to no avail. The toad is off to jail. The toad is off to jail.
Is there any chance of bail?
No!
Well, got you that banner?
Oh, let's see it. My campaign for liberty begins.
Well, I don't know how much good it's going to do you in here. You're not allowed any visitors. You've sacked all your lawyers and you can't even reach the window.
Right, of course. Oh, this is the end of everything. Or at least it's the end of Toad, which is the same thing. The popular, the handsome, the rich Toad. The Toad so free and careless and debonair. Oh, why did I have to be so cheeky to those policemen? Now I must languish in this loathsome dungeon, facing the first of many a cold winter, until people who were once proud to say they knew me have forgotten the very name of Toad. What's that?
Tea and toast.
Hot buttered toast?
Yes, but of course if you're too despondent to eat.
I might manage a crust.
So, tell me about Toad Hall. Sounds beautiful.
Toad Hall is an elegant, self-contained gentleman's residence, dating in part from the 14th century, though now replete with all modern conveniences, including indoor sanitation. 5 minutes from the church, a post office, and golf course, suitable
Bless
for...
you, I don't want to let it. Tell me something real about it.
Oh, but it is magnificent. One could approach it from either road or river,
So
and one's
Toad
first
waxed
sight
lyrical
of
about
it.
Toad Hall, the boat cast the gardens and the banqueting hall, and the fun they had there when other animals were gathered round the table, and Toad was at his best, singing songs and telling stories. The kind-hearted girl grew very sorry for him and thought it a great shame that a poor little animal should be locked up in prison. Unfortunately, Toad, in his vanity, thought that her interest in him proceeded from a growing tenderness, for she was a comely lass.
Toad!
Stop that!
Apologies, my dear. I see that you're intimidated by my wealth and social standing. Not to mention my glacial good looks. I shall proceed with more consideration for your lowly status.
Just listen, please. I have an aunt who's a washerwoman.
There, my dear. I have several aunts who ought to be washerwomen.
Do be quiet a minute, Toad. You talk too much, and I'm trying to think. As I said, I have an aunt who's a washerwoman. She does washing for all the prisoners. Now, you're very rich. At least you're always telling me so. And she's very poor. A few pounds would make any difference to you, and it would mean a lot to her, what with Christmas coming. I think if she were properly approached, you could come to some arrangement by which she would let you have her dress and bonnet and so on, and you could escape from the castle as the official washerwoman. You're very alike in many respects, particularly about the figure.
Quite simply, cannot be alike. I have a very elegant figure for what I am.
So is my aunt for what she is.
Why, you cheeky girl! If you were in my employ,
Oh, have it your own way, you horrid, proud, ungrateful animal. But I'm sorry for you, and I'm trying to help you.
But I tell you, you sure you wouldn't have Mr. Toad of Toad Hall going about the country dressed as a washerwoman?
Well, you can stop here as a toad for all I care. I suppose you want to go off in a coach and four.
My dear, I beg your pardon. You are a kind, good, and clever girl, and I am indeed a proud and stupid toad. Now, please, introduce me to your worthy aunt, and I am sure the excellent lady and I will soon reach terms agreeable to both parties.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, at last, a light at the end of the tunnel. Why, I feel so happy and of course, grateful. Why, I could
Finish your toast. I think you'll need all your strength for what's coming.
Can you think of a rhyme for God?
Rod, cod, plod,
Plod?
as in slang for a policeman.
Ah, policeman. Makes me think of Toad. Poor old Toady.
I keep thinking we should do something. It's been months.
Nothing we can do, old chap. Guilty as charged. Serves him right for representing himself.
Maybe we need some help. Someone else. Fresh pair of eyes. How about Badger? He's supposed to be such an important personage in these parts. So influential, and I've never even met him.
Oh, he'll turn up sooner or later, don't you worry. He's always turning up. Then I'll introduce you, best of fellows.
Couldn't you ask him here? Dinner or something?
He wouldn't come. Badger hates dinner, society invitations, that sort of thing.
Well then, suppose we go and call on him. We know he lives in the middle of the wild wood. Can't be that hard to find. Surely he wouldn't mind a quick visit on a good cause such as Toad's predicament. Eh? Ratty? Well, I'm going anyway. Can't be that far. I wonder if I should leave a note. No. Won't be that long. Well, I shouldn't be anyway.
It was a cold, still afternoon with a hard, steely sky overhead.
Ooh, perhaps I should have set out earlier. Oh, hang it.
Nature was deep in her annual slumber, hard, undecorated, and stripped of her summer finery. The mole pushed on towards the wild wood, which lay before him, low and threatening. There was nothing to alarm him at first entry. After a while, he penetrated to where the light was less, and trees crouched nearer and nearer, and holes made ugly mouths at him on either side. Everything was very still now. The dusk advanced on him steadily and rapidly. Then the faces began. It was over his shoulder that he first thought he saw a face, a little evil wedge-shaped face looking out at him from a hole.
It's this path. It's too obvious.
He swung off the path into the untrodden places of the wood, but that seemed to be a mistake. Then the whistling began. Then the pattering, the pat, pat, pat of little feet, tracking, as he felt sure they were, his every move. Mole flew into a panic, knowing that he must find a place to hide.
Oh, Ratty. Oh, what have I done? I'm lost. Alone. Afraid. And so very cold. Oh, you were right, dear friend.
As he lay there, panting and trembling, he knew at last, in all its fullness, that dread thing that other little dwellers in field and hedgerow had encountered, the terror of the wild wood.
Oh, a railway station. I say, is there a train to a Riverbank Halt tonight?
Ooh, let's see. Riverbank Halt. You're in luck. The 7:35 was just pulled in, fast, wibbly wobbly way. That Riverbank Halt.
7:35, but that was 2 hours ago.
Yes, it is running a little late. We apologise for any inconveniences, of course, your journey.
Hardly inconvenience as it happens. Does it have a dining car?
A buffet car is included, madam, serving a selection of hot and cold drinks, snacks, sandwiches, those microwave burger things taste of cardboard, and beer.
Yes. Very good. I'll have a ticket to the Riverbank Halt, please.
That's £4.50 then, please, madam.
To Toad's horror, he instantly recollected that he had left his fine clothes behind him in his cell, and with them his pocketbook, money, keys, and even his watch.
I say, it seems that I've left my wallet, my purse behind. Just give me that ticket, will you, and I'll send the money on tomorrow. I'm well known in these parts.
Oh, I'll just bet you are, madam, and I'll bet you're always playing this game hard.
Now, look here.
Move away from the window, please, madam. You're obstructing the other passengers.
Now, my good woman.
Good woman, indeed.
A ticket to Balham Old Town, first class, please.
Hello there, Mother.
Sir?
What seems to be the trouble? You don't look particularly cheerful.
Don't you start. Mother, indeed. I'm not even engaged. 6 hours dressed as a woman, and nobody so much as even asked me out. Well, a couple of nannies, but nobody eligible. Perhaps I should join a Lonely Hearts Club. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm becoming delusional with the strain. I've got to get out of this dress.
Oh, steady there, Mother. I'm very married.
No, sir. I said I have got to get out of this mess. You see, I'm a poor washerwoman, and I've lost all my money, and I simply must get home tonight somehow. And I really don't know what I shall do. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Well, that is a bad business. You lost all your money and can't get home. Kids waiting for you, I dare say.
Oh, yes, the poor little ones, crying, wailing even, with no one to look after them.
How many?
How many what?
Kids, how many kids have you got?
Oh,
Let me £8 then, please, madam.
eight of the little dears. And they'll be crying for their mummy and playing with matches and that sort of thing.
Cheryl,
Yes.
how many of each?
How many what?
How many boys and how many girls?
Oh.
This train is composed of 4 carriages only.
Four. The 4 of each. No, I mean half and half. 4 boys and an equal number of girls.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. You're a washerwoman to your trade, says you, and I'm an engine driver, as you can see, and there's no denying it's very dirty work. If you'll wash a few shirts for me when you get home and send them along like, I'll give you a ride on my engine.
Oh, sir, you are a true knight in shining armour.
Toad, of course, has never washed a shirt in his life, but he resolved to send the engine driver sufficient funds to wash quite a quantity of shirts.
Which would be just as good as if I'd washed them myself,
He said to himself.
if not better.
So, your kids, what are their names?
Oh, for heaven's sake! Well, there's Clark and Bobby and Plod.
What? Is that a boy or a girl?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there at the birth. I guess I'll move on.
Mole? Molly? Mole? Mole, it's me, it's old Rat.
Rat?
Are you around?
Ratty, is it really you?
Oh, there you are. What have you been doing? Hibernating?
Oh, Ratty, I've been so frightened. You can't imagine.
Oh, I quite understand. But without sounding preachy, Moley, old chap, you really shouldn't have gone and done it. After all, we riverbankers, we hardly ever come in here by ourselves. If we have to come in, we come in pairs. Then we're generally all right.
I simply had no idea what it would be like. It got darker and there were all these sounds. How you can bear to come near the place is beyond me.
Well, as in so many things, it's all right if you know what you're doing. There are all sorts of signs to watch out for, and sayings that have power and effect. Passwords, so to speak. And there are other things.
Such as?
Well, the wild wood is very old, ancient even. Would you believe me if I told you I wouldn't normally come in here without a bundle of certain rare plants in my pocket? Not to mention all the usual dodges and tricks and so forth. Now, it's simple enough when you know them, but small animals have to know them to be safe. Of course, if you're badger or otter, it's quite another matter.
Surely the brave Mr. Toad wouldn't mind coming in here by himself, would he?
Toad? Toad wouldn't show his face in here alone for a hatful of golden guineas, wouldn't Toad? Now, we need to pull ourselves together and make a start for home while there's still a little light left. It wouldn't do to spend the night in here. Well, too cold for one thing.
Ratty, I'm most dreadfully sorry, but I'm simply dead beat, and that's a solid fact. Please let me rest here for a little while. I don't want to let you down on the journey home.
Oh, all right. Rest away. Well, it's nearly pitch dark now anyway, and there ought to be a bit of a moon later.
Health! That's a strange name for a girl, if you don't mind me saying so.
What are your children's names?
Oh, I don't know. Mrs. takes care of all that. But that's funny.
What's funny?
Well, there's another train following us.
Well, what's strange about that?
It's not scheduled, and I do believe it's gaining on us. Do you know, it's all the world as if that train
is carrying some kind of posse.
Oh, dear!
Stop! Halt in the name of the law! They want us to stop.
Well, I don't think they want to sell us tickets to the policeman's ball. Oh, dear, kind Mr. Engine Driver, you have to save me. I confess, I am not the simple washerwoman that I appear to be. I have no children waiting for me at home, innocent or otherwise. I am Toad, the popular, handsome and rich Toad of Toad Hall. Perhaps you've heard of me. I have recently escaped by my own great cunning and guile from the loathsome dungeon into which my enemies have thrown me. And if the gentlemen on that engine recapture me, it will once again be chains and bread and water for poor, unhappy, innocent Toad.
Innocent, you say?
Well, it wasn't my fault. I was fitted up, I was spraying, and stole a motor car by some silver-tongued character. I purchased same vehicle in good faith, only to find that it had been stolen.
They said you took prison for that.
Well, there were one or two other secondary charges, but fundamentally I am innocent.
I know that by rights I should duty not to offend injustice. But I can see how distressed you are, and I won't desert you. Besides, I don't hold with motor cars. Cheer up, Toad. And look, we're coming to a tunnel. When I Grahame get just the other side, I'll slow the engines right down. You can jump off, hide, and take your chances. Are you ready? Now, Toad, jump!
Stop! Catch us! No! Guilty! Get the man! Nasty evil
Free! 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 Oh, what a clever Toad I am! Is there a prison built that can hold me?
But he soon stopped laughing when he came to consider that it was now very late and dark and cold, and he had no idea where he was, with no money, no chance of supper, and still far from friends and home. He struck into the woods at the side of the railway line. His spirits and temper were not improved to detect a fine powder filling the air and caressing his cheek with a tingle in its touch.
Hang it! Snow! That's all I need!
Hello? Hello, here is a go.
What's up, Ratty?
Oh, Snowy's up. Or rather down. It's snowing hard. Well, can't be helped. We must make a start and take our chance, I suppose. Come on.
You do know where we are?
Well, I think so. Well, not exactly. I'm not exactly native to these parts. The snow makes everything look so different. Oh, I don't see any point in starting out this late only to get lost again. We may as well find some better shelter till dawn, and at least we can get our bearings.
Ratty, I'm most dreadfully sorry about all this.
Don't worry, old chap. It's an adventure. Now.
Look, there's a sort of dell over there, all hillocky and hummocky. Can we find some shelter there?
Capital idea. Come on, old chap.
Oh, what was that?
Oh dear, you don't seem to be having much luck today, do you? Today and tonight.
It's my leg, my shin.
Oh, well, let's have a look. Oh yes, you've cut it right enough.
I must have tripped over a branch or a stump or something. Oh my, it hurts.
Well, it's a very clean cut. That was never made by a branch or a stump. Looks like it was made by the sharp edge of something in metal. Funny.
Oh, it's funny, all right. I'm splitting my sides, never mind my shin.
Ah! Hooray!
Never
Hooray!
mind what done it. It hurts just the same, whatever done it.
Look here.
It's a door scraper. What of it?
Yes, but what does that mean?
Well, it would appear to mean that some careless and forgetful person has left their door scraper lying around in the middle of the wildwood, just where everybody can trip over it. When I get home, I'm going to write a very strong letter of complaint to... Somebody. You see if I don't.
Ah, Mole, come and look.
It's a doormat.
Yes, but what does it tell you?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Hello, doormat. Anything you want to tell us? What's that, you say? Ratty appears to have gone stark staring mad, probably as a result of hypothermia. Well, actually, Mr. Doormat, that's pretty old news around here.
Are you trying to tell me this doormat doesn't tell you anything?
Doormats don't tell one things, they know their place.
Now look here, Mole. I want you to dig and scrape and dig again, particularly on this side of the hummock. Because if you want to stay dry and warm tonight, this is our last chance.
Hard at it went the two animals, till at last the results of their labour stood in full view. In the side of what seemed to be a snowbank stood a solid-looking little door, painted blue. In the middle, neatly engraved in square capital letters, they could read by the aid of moonlight, Mr. Badger.
Oh, Ratty, what can I say? While I was whining and complaining and possibly even being a little sarcastic, you'd argued it all out in that wise head of yours. You looked at that cut on my leg, and your magnificent mind said door scraper. And then you turned to and found the very door scraper what done it. Did it, I should say. And then the Sherlock Holmes of the animal kingdom said to himself, let me only find a doormat, and my theory is proved.
Oh, I do hope he's not asleep. He might well be at this hour at this time of the year.
You're so clever, Ratty. Once you had that doormat, you could see that door before you. You knew it existed as if you could see it. Oh, you really ought to go where you're more appreciated. You're simply wasted amongst us fellows. I wish I had a head like yours, I really do, I can tell you.
But as you haven't, I suppose you're going to stand all night there and talk, are you? Now, come here, ring the bell while I hammer again.
It sounds like somebody wearing carpet slippers that are too big for them.
Which was intelligent of Mole, as we shall see.
Now, the very next time this happens, I shall be exceedingly angry. Who is it this time disturbing people on such a night?
Badger! It's me! It's Ratty! And my friend Mole! We've lost our way in the snow, I'm afraid.
Lost you?
Please let us in, Badger.
My dear Ratty, my dear little man, come on in, both of you. You must be perished. Well, I never lost in the snow.
It's all my fault, I'm afraid, Mr. Badger.
Never mind whose fault it is. Come on in and get warm.
Jeffy! Bargeman, cold, did it? Here, how do you know my name?
It's me, Toad, of Toad Hall, your master.
Ex-master. I'm a barge horse now. I've switched careers. It's called downshifting.
If you'll take me back to Toad Hall, I promise you'll never have to work again. You can wander the pasture to your heart's content. Straw, oats, and all the fillies you can handle.
More than my job's worth, I'm afraid. You'll have to talk to my line manager.
Very helpful. After all I've done for you.
Might make me pull a gypsy caravan halfway to Smethwick.
Oh, I can't believe you enjoy trudging up and down the same stretch of footpath every day with no one to talk to except some villainous-looking barge woman.
You're right, I was getting a bit bored, actually. I've been looking in the Times educational supplement for teaching posts in Australia. I've always wanted to scuba dive.
Jeffrey, you're a horse. No one's ever going to pay you to do anything.
I suppose you're right. Society is very equiphobic.
Look, you just stay here and think of those nice comfy stables at Toad Hall. I think I can deal with a barge woman. I say, fine a morning for the time of year, Mum.
Cold, but bracing, Mum.
Yes. Right.
You seem a little agitated, Mum. Is there anything matter?
Well, to tell you the truth and to get straight to the point, I'm in sore trouble.
Oh?
Yes, well, you see, there's my married daughter. Well, she sends to me post-haste to come to her at once. Well, off I set, fearing the worst, as you'll understand, Mom, if you're a mother too. And I left my business to look after itself, and I'm in the washing and ironing line, you know. And my children to look after themselves, and a more troublesome set of young imps. Well, you never did see in your life, Mom. And now I've gone and lost all my money and lost my way. And as for the trouble that my married daughter's in, well, I just don't think.
Where might your married daughter be living, Mum?
Near to a fine house called a Toad Hall. Perhaps you've heard of it?
Why, it so happens I'm going that way myself. This canal joins the river a few miles further on, a little above Toad Hall, and it's a short walk from there. Pardon me, I'll give you a lift. There we are, love. So, you're in washing business, Mum. Hard work, but a good steady business, I dare say.
I have the finest business in the whole county. All the gentry come to me, you know. You see, I understand my trade and attend to every detail myself. Washing, ironing, starching. I supervise the whole process.
Tell me, are you very fond of washing?
I love it. I simply dote on it. And never so happy as when I've got both arms in the tub.
Well, what a bitter luck meeting you. A regular piece of good fortune for both of us.
Luck, fortune.
Well, it just so happens there's a heap of things of mine right here on washing. If you just take 1 or 2 or 12 of the most necessary. I won't name them the type of articles. A lady such as yourself will recognise them instantly. But be washed up as we go along. Well, it'll be a pleasure for you and a real help for me.
Well, look, why don't I steer? And then you can do your washing in your own way. You see, I'm more used to gentleman's garments.
No, it takes a lot of practice to steer a barge properly, madam, and it's a very dull job. You'll be far happier washing my smalls.
Smalls?
Toad knew he was trapped. He said to himself,
well, if it comes to that, any fool can wash.
Trying to recollect what he had seen in casual glances into the laundry room at Toad Hall, he set to.
Oh! Look at my paws! They're all wrinkled!
I thought as much. Call yourself a washerwoman? You've never so much as washed a hanky in all your life.
Why, you common low barge person! How dare you speak to your betters like that? I'll have you know that I am Toad, the popular, handsome and rich Toad of Toad Hall. Well, I may be under a bit of a cloud at the moment, but I will not be laughed at by a common barge woman.
Why, so you are! A horrid, nasty, crawly Toad! On my nice clean boat, I don't think so!
Have you dealt with her yet?
Oi! What do you do with my horse?
Right, give me up, Jeffrey! What on earth are you doing?
I can't start running just like that. I'll pull a muscle. Holding up is an old principle of sports science.
And it's a known scientific fact that glue is made out of horses' hooves, and it's the knacker's yard for you unless you get a move on!
Or you! Get back here with my horse! Come back here, you great gungoose
Thanks ever so much, Badger. Then what would we have done without you? Froze to death, probably.
Think nothing of it. I'm just glad you found this door. I hardly use it, especially these days.
These days?
Things are going from bad to worse in the wood since that loutish stone took over Toad Hall.
And no, rabbits are getting cheekier than ever. Seems like the whole of society's breaking down.
Well, I wouldn't blame the rabbits over much. They're often easily led, you know. More sinned against than sinning, if you take my meaning.
But isn't there anything we can do? I can't bear to think of Toad's fine hall going to rack and ruin.
In the spring, perhaps. No point in trying to do anything now.
Well, while poor Toad's in the clink, anyhow.
Well, anyway, see you chaps soon. And if nothing changes, we'll get together when the days are a bit warmer and there's a bit more light in the evening.
Bye, Roger.
One thing puzzles me.
Yes. Come on, we've got a bit of walking to do.
Last night, when Badger let us in, he said something about, "If this happens once more this evening, I shall be exceedingly cross." But I didn't notice anyone else.
No, at the risk of sounding preachy again, it was precisely this sort of idle curiosity about other people's business that got you into trouble yesterday.
Oh, very well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mole. I didn't mean to sound harsh. The truth is, I'm a bit out of sorts. I didn't sleep very well last night.
Oh, I slept like a log.
Well, being underground, I find it oppressive.
It suits me better, of course. Come to think of it, I could see you were getting a bit fidgety. Sorry, perhaps we shouldn't have stayed to lunch.
Doesn't matter, I could see you were enjoying yourself. And talking of fidgeting, Badger did seem quite lively, considering the time of year.
Yes, he seemed quite a happy sort. Not nearly as gruff as some people make him out to be.
Well, one might almost say he had a twinkle in his eye. Oh, look at the red sun. It gets dark so early this time of the year. Now, we need to find our way out of the woods, and I think there's a village over there that we need to skirt, so...
Oh!
The mole had stopped dead in his tracks.
Oh is the right word. It's getting oh so very cold again. Come on, Mole, it's not so far now.
It's here.
What's here?
Home.
Home?
Yes.
We, who have long lost the more subtle of the physical senses, only have the word smell to include the whole range of delicate thrills that murmur in the nose of the animal night and day, summoning, warning, inciting, and repelling.
Oh, how much did you have to drink at lunch?
No, Ratty, you don't understand. It's my home. My old home. I came across the smell of it just now, and it's close by here. It's really quite close.
No, look, Mole, we need
I must go to it. I must.
Home, that was what they meant. Those soft touches wafted through the air. Those invisible little hands pulling and tugging, all one way. His old home that he had so hurriedly forsaken.
Oh, look, Mole, come on. We've not got very far to go. We can come back tomorrow and take a look, whatever it is. Come on, Mole, I need that nose of yours.
Poor Mole stood alone in the road, his heart torn asunder. But even under such a test as this, his loyalty to his friend stood firm.
Oh, what's the matter, old chap? Oh, tell me what's the trouble and I'll see what I can do.
I know it's only a shabby, dingy little place. It's not like your cosy quarters or Toad's magnificent hole. It was my own little home, and I was fond of it. And then I went away and forgot all about it. And I smelt it just now. And when I called to you, you wouldn't listen. And I knew I had to follow you, but I felt as if my heart was going to break.
Well, see it all now. What a pig I've been. A pig, that's me. Just a pig. Well, come on, old chap. Let's be moving.
Wherever are you going to, Ratty?
We're going to find that home of yours, old fellow. So come on, it's going to take a bit of finding, and I'll have need of your nose.
But what about the riverbank and your supper?
Hang the riverbank and supper too. I'm going to find this place if I have to stay out all night. So cheer up, old chap, and let's get going.
All I'm saying is that you might benefit from anger management therapy, that's all.
Anger management? Well, here you are telling me that Toad Hall, my ancestral home, left me by my father and his father before him, and that I hope to lead to my own tadpoles one day, has been taken over by a rabble of rabbits and wastrel weasels, and you're asking me not to become angry about it?
Well, if you see yourself as a victim.
Well, I most certainly do. Or does title and deed count for nothing in this country anymore? Has the rule of law broken down entirely?
Well, that's a bit of a moot point, considering you're an escaped criminal.
I was framed. I was fitted up.
Tell that to the appeal judges, and I'm sure everything will be all right.
In any case, prison's all behind me now. It's my beautiful Toad Hall that concerns me for the moment. What did you say they planned to do with it? Turn it into a casino?
According to rumour.
A casino of all things! A gambling den full of... What does go on in those places?
I'm not rightly sure. Cousin of mine was at Ascot. They had betting there.
Well, what was it like?
Well, he was running past the grandstand as fast as he could gallop, so he didn't see very much.
In any case, why am I walking with all I've got to think about?
I couldn't possibly carry on with one today. My ME's flared up. I'm feeling all listless and wan. Do I look pale to you?
Not in the least. You look about as wan as a charging rhino.
I'm a martyr to ME, I am.
Well, it's all in the initials of that particular ailment, isn't it? Oh, field mice. Perhaps they could tell us the best way to go to Toad Hall.
Well, let them finish. Otherwise they might not give me money and they'll get cross.
Thanks.
Bravo, well done.
Splendid.
Here you are. What I like about field mice is they know their place. Now, let's go inside, moldy old chap, and get stuck into that mulled ale I found in your cellar.
Rat? I say, Ratty? Oh, Ratty! Oh, I've been through such times since I saw you last. Such trials and tribulations, and also nobly born.
Who's it? It's Toad.
Oh, the disguises, the ruses, the subterfuges, and the escapes. All cleverly planned and carried out. I've been in prison.
We know.
Got out, of course. I've been chased while hijacking a train. Leapt to safety.
Hijacked a train?
Yes, I thrown in the canal. I swam ashore.
Really?
Yes.
Jump over any barbed wire on a motorcycle by any chance?
What? No. But despite the dangers and hazards of my journey, I still took the time to rescue my loyal friend here from a life of near slavery.
In which I feel obliged to point out I would at least be having supper about now. Any chances of that?
hears all about what goes on in prison.
No, this was all part of my clever disguise, as I made my escape from the loathsome dungeon into which my enemies had thrown me.
Oh, Toad, you stole a motor car. You are not the man in the iron mask.
I was framed. I was fitted up. I was wrongly convicted.
Really? Okay, we can deal with all that later, but the thing I have to tell you, I'm afraid, Toad, is Toad Hall is no longer yours.
I know.
You know?
Yes, Geoffrey told me all about it. A gang of stoats and their rabbit floozies turning the place into a casino and speakeasy. Oh, you wait till I get at them, Toad!
Oh, now, they are a gang of ne'er-do-wells who will stop at nothing to get what they want and keep it. Now, we will all help you get Toad Hall back to its rightful owner, but we are few and they are many. So, this will take brains far more than brawn, and cunning, strategy, and careful tactics.
Quite right, Ratty. How sound you always are. And as soon as we get this mess sorted out, I'm going to be a good Toad. No more motor cars.
I'm delighted to hear it. Inside, everybody. Come on.
No more gypsy caravans either.
I'm delighted to hear that.
Inside.
No, not you, Geoffrey. Silly. Stables. I said, Betty.
Yes?
You know when I said that I'd done with motor cars and caravans and that sort of thing?
Yes.
Well, now, a motorcycle. Well, that sounds like fun.
Get inside.
Are you bunnies ready yet? First customers be here soon.
Why do we have to wear these outfits? I feel like an idiot.
It's what the punters want. A bit of glamour.
Oh, well, hey, it's fun.
That sounds like your boyfriend talking.
Oh, come on, Chelsea, you look great. Enjoy.
Yeah. You do look a bit of a riot, Chelsea. For our grand opening Champagne Garden, right?
Champagne and everything else, courtesy of the amphibian you sent down the river.
You just wait. This time next year, we'll be opening in the Riviera, never mind the river. Competing with them braziers.
Excuse me, I think it's pronounced brasserie.
Don't they teach you French in America? Mon depardieu?
Steve, the Riviera! Oh, that's so exciting. Can I be too funny when we open there?
Of course you can, darling. And I can get to meet some real gangsters.
What noble aspirations you two have.
First punter! Customer, I mean. One of you boys go and let him in. You just wait, Chelsea Bunny. I'm going to show both you girls things that will make your head spin.
Well, the drinks are cold, but the girls are hot. The roulette wheel is spinning. So grab your chips and take your best shot. Sit back and count your winnings.
Well, I am Buffy, and I am here to see you have a ball.
And I am Chelsea. I take your coat. Or in your case, grabby shot.
Hold up! She's not a punter. She's a washerwoman.
Oh, are you sure? She might be an eccentric millionaire.
Really?
Don't be daft. Oi, you! Why didn't you come round the tradesman's entrance?
Oh, sir, I was prevented. It was guarded by all these fearsome stoats, armed with guns and rifles and things. I took fright and thought I was better coming through the main doors. No disrespect intended, sir.
Get her out of here. She's lower in the town.
That's possible.
Come along, washwoman. We don't do any washing on duty.
No, nor any other time.
Here, get your teeth
Now you run along.
Run along, all right. But I won't be the only one.
Dad, listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about.
Let me just tell you this. My daughter, she washes for Mr. Badger. And that'll show you whether I know what I'm talking about. And you'll find out pretty soon, too.
Out you go.
Hold up! Only wait what she's heard.
Very wise, sir. Especially when I tell you that 100 bloodthirsty badgers armed with rifles are planning to attack Toad Hall this very night by way of the paddocks. And 6 boatloads of rats armed to the teeth will come up the river and invade the gardens. And a pet body of kamikaze toads will storm the kitchen garden and sweep all before them. There won't be much left worth washing by the time they finish with you, not unless you clear out now while you've got the chance.
Get her out of here.
My word, you really do need some help in the laundry department, don't you?
Oh, I've got a condition, all right. I'm taking medication for it.
Yeah, well, take some more.
I'll beg to know what she's on about.
Take my shawl, thank you. Under the circumstances, I shan't be leaving a tip.
No, gratuity? Oh, gee.
Right. Time's getting on. Chelsea, go and turn on the neon sign. Buffy, come and open some champagne. Well, go on, girl, wake up!
See? The shawl. It had a scent. It reminded me of someone.
Never mind that. We've got a club to open. Come on, this is going to be great. I can feel it.
Well, what about what that washerwoman said?
She's talking through a mangle.
Are you sure?
Being sure is my business. Double the guards.
That feels better. Thanks for the bath, old chap. Feel like a new man. Right, I suppose I better hop into those togs you were kind enough to lay out for me and toddle off down to Toad Hall. Teach those stoats a thing or two.
Really? You and whose army?
But it's my ancestral home. Well, they're occupying it illegally. Well, surely they'll see sense. They haven't even had the decency to offer me any rent.
Possession, I need hardly remind you, is 9/10 of the law. They're well entrenched and well armed.
Might not be as strong as all that.
They certainly are.
Well, how do you know?
While you were languishing in your comfy prison cell, who do you think has been spending night after night in the undergrowth of bushes and trees around Toad Hall, gathering the intelligence and racking their noble brains to think of a way to remedy the situation?
Who?
Why, Badger and Mole, that's who. And there were corn ones too. Yes, thrown in the river by a gang of stoats they were, given a nasty ducking with many uncalled for and insulting remarks. And you know Badger doesn't like getting his feet wet. It is not funny. I'll tell you another thing, Toad. You really are.
Oh, Ratty! I'm sorry. I don't deserve such loyal friends. I really don't. I'm forever in their debt and yours. Forgive me?
All right then. Come and have a look at this map with me. I'll show you what it's for.
Welcome home, Toad. Alas, what am I saying? Home indeed. This is a poor homecoming. Unhappy Toad.
Moley?
I was wondering what happened to my washerwoman disguise.
I've been having such fun. I've been getting a rise out of the stoats.
Oh, no, you have been careful, haven't you, Mole?
I got the idea when I saw Toad's washerwoman costume hanging on the line. I managed to infiltrate, I think that's the correct military term, right into the heart of the Great Hole.
And is it true what everyone's been saying? That they turned it into a gambling den?
A casino, yes. with bars and what sounds like a somewhat ambitious bistro for these parts. I overheard one of the very first diners saying that while his starter of snails in Grahame glaze was mouth-watering, the spam au vin was woefully overrated.
Not here, old young chap. I don't think Toad wants to hear a review.
Oh, very well. Anyway, I think I managed to put the wind up Mr. Stoat and his compadres, because they're all running around, falling over each other at the thought of an attack on Toad Hall tonight, especially as it's their grand gala champagne opening or something equally vulgar.
Oh, Mole! You've got to give them the game away!
No, but they didn't know it was me.
No, what we need to do is we need to go in here.
No, listen. It's my house, and I had a great uncle in the Grenadier Guards.
He was a mascot's Toad. Now listen.
Be quiet at once, all of you. Well, I begin to believe that you have more sense in your little finger than most other animals have in the whole of their bodies. Clever Mole, you at least have the intuition to realise we shall never regain Toad Hall by direct attack.
Well, then it's all over. I'll never see my beautiful Toad Hall again. I may as well go off and join the French Foreign Legion.
Considering your breeding, if I may, I wouldn't go for a French regiment if I were. Your legs might end up in the frying pan.
Well, in any case, exile is the only option for me.
There, Toad. I was about to say that guile is what's needed, along with deception and trickery, and plenty of both.
All three, I think you mean, don't you, Badger?
I know what I mean. Now, I'm going to tell you a great secret.
Oh, goody, I love a secret.
Now, Toad, this is one secret you must keep. I know you of old. Ratty, would you be good enough to share out weapons and supplies while I explain? There is an underground passage, the riverbank, quite near here, right up into the middle of Toad Hall.
Oh, Badger, really? I know every inch of Toad Hall, inside and out, and I can assure you there is no such thing.
My young friend, your father was a particular friend of mine, and he told me things he wouldn't have dreamt of telling you. He discovered that passage. He didn't make it, of course. That was done hundreds of years ago. And he cleaned it out and kept it repaired in case of trouble or danger.
Yes, but how will this passage help us?
You yourself have discovered that the grand opening of this casino, or whatever it is, will be celebrated this very night. After the paying guests have gone, Mr. Stoat and his gang will celebrate further until the small hours. Of that I have no doubt. At a very late hour, long past the bedtimes of civilized animals, we shall use the tunnel to bypass the guards and launch a surprise attack in the very heart of the enemy citadel.
And then we can jump out and
Whack! Oh, and whack him and whack him and whack him! I'll learn him to steal Toad Hall! I'll learn him!
Toad, don't say learn. It's not good English.
Why are you always nagging, Rat? What's wrong with Toad's English? It's the same as what I use myself.
Well, I'm sorry, Badger, but I do think one ought to say teacher, not learner.
But we don't want to teach them. We want to learn them.
Learn him!
Learn them.
Learn him!
Learn them.
Learn him!
And what's more, we're going to do it too.
Ah!
Night, sir. Good night. Come back real soon. Bye now. Good night, sir. Good night, ma'am. Good night. No, sir. No. You really mustn't believe everything you hear about rabbits, sir. Good night now. Come back real soon.
Hey, that guy grabbed my tail one more time.
Relax. Work's done for tonight. We made a packet too. Come on, Come and have a drink, come on.
These shoes are killing me.
Are you happy, Steve? Oh, it was awesome, wasn't it?
You know your problem? You don't know how to relax and have a little bit of fun with your best friends.
Diamond's our girl's best friend. Which reminds me, what's our cut of tonight's takings?
I'll see all right, don't you worry. Buff, sweetheart. How about you go and check the windows all over the house?
Oh, well, I'm just fine here. Hey, isn't your girlfriend getting you bubbly?
I don't have a girlfriend. I'm independent. Like a panther or a jaguar. Hey, that reminds me. Where's old Toe-Face's car? Go for a little spin. The world has our great heroes, as history books have shown, but never a name to go down a drain compared with that of Toad. The animals sat in their ark and cried their tears in torrent flow. But who was it got thrown overboard? The answer, Mr. Toad. The motor car went poo 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 as it raced along the road. I nicked it off some silly top. They call him Mr. Toad. Toad-face! Toady! Got your ass, Toady!
The tunnel that led from the riverbank was cold and dark and damp and low and narrow. Badger, Mole and Ratty, with Toad somewhat nervously bringing up the rear, groped and shuffled along with their paws on their weapons. After a while, the passage began to slope upward, and the brave animals began to hear a confused murmur of sound. At last, Badger whispered,
We ought to be pretty nearly under the hall.
a little further, and the passage came to a full stop. They crawled through a tiny trapdoor to find themselves in an ample butler's pantry.
What a time they're having.
Do you think it would be more considerate to wait till they're finished?
Do you remember why we're here, the old chap?
Oh, yes, of course.
Get ready, boys.
And so, it only remains for me to thank our kind host, Mr. Toad, for his generous hospitality. The contents of his wine cellar has been somewhat depleted,
That's my claret.
but I'm sure he won't mind. And if he does, too bad.
The hour has come. Follow me.
Buffy! Jessie!
Chelsea?
Mole? Molly? Jessie!
Badger!
Buffy,
Badgie.
Buffy,
Buffy? Steve!
oh, Buffy.
Oh, Badgie!
Badger!
Badger! Badgie!
Oh, Badger, how could you?
Well, actually, he found it pretty easy.
Buffy, don't just stand there gawping. Go and round up any stones on you to other cars. Oh,
Say, we're terribly sorry about all this.
I know, you were just trying to get your friend's house back. It's okay.
After all this is over, do you think that we could,
Say, are you like a member of the landed gentry? Do you have one of those private incomes?
well, I do have a small competence.
Right, okay. Well, our children would look pretty strange anyhow. Steve!
Yeah, right. Steve! Oh, yeah. By the way, there won't be any children or happy ever after where you're going. Mole! Stoat! That's Mr. Stoat to you, Stripey! Come on, Buffy, we're blagging our way out of here.
Over my dead body.
No, Steve.
Just as you wish, sir.
Now, I think very carefully about your next action if I were you. You see, I've been shooting this gun off willy-nilly ever since this morning. No, I can't remember how many times I've pulled the bally trigger. Was it 5 or 6? Memory like a sieve. Still, the point you're just going to have to ask yourself is, exactly how fortunate are you feeling?
I'll be back. You ain't had the last of me. Any of ya?
I hope you learn your lesson in prison and they teach you an honest trade.
Yes, a fair day's work for a fair day's pay.
Oh, yeah? What would any of you gentlemen know about that? Yeah, I've got to ask you. Is there still a bullet left in that gun? Get me away from these lunatics!
Well, that's all the Stoats accounted for.
What have you done with them?
Cuff them soundly and lock them in the cellar.
Splendid fellow. Well, I want some grub, I do. Toad, you ungrateful fellow. Stir your stumps and look lively. We've got your grand house back for you, and you don't so much as offer us a sandwich.
Well, I barely know where the kitchens are.
I'll get you supper, and I'll help. And in return, we want immunity from prosecution. We want a colour deal with the DA.
Cut me and my fellow revolutionaries some ham, a large slice of game pie each, and you won't have to worry about the DA, I can assure you.
Yes, a little chicken,
Cold tongue, cold beef.
pickled gherkins, a little salad keeps us regular.
A couple of fresh sandwiches wouldn't go amiss. Potted meat if you can find any.
Ginger beer, soda water.
Oh, ale for me, please.
Any fries will go bad.
Oh, no, I think not. We don't want to make pigs of ourselves doing that.
What are fries exactly?
Do you know, I'm not at all sure.
What's a DA then?
Haven't a clue. Champagne, gentlemen.
I say, you chaps, as soon as we've got this place ship-shape and Bristol fashion, I'm going to throw the biggest party these parts have ever seen. I've even gone to the trouble of drafting a programme. Here, take a look at that.
When did you do this?
Well, whilst I was at your place, while you chaps are doing all that planning and brainy stuff and whatnot. You see, I've got all these songs and speeches lined up. Perhaps I should have some singing lessons. Oh, not that I really need them, of course, but still, to make sure I'm doubly sure that I'm in good voice on the night.
Speech by Toad. There will be other speeches by Toad during the course of the evening. Address by Toad. Song by Toad, performed by the composer. Closing remarks to include Toad's thoughts on such topics as horsemanship, the waterways of old England, our railway system. Toad, I think not. You may have your party, but you know we won't come if you're going to use it just to show off. There will be no songs and no speeches.
Oh.
You may sing one song now, and now only. This one. It's terribly conceited, but I know you've got to get it out of your system.
Oh, all right, Badger. I suppose you know best. All right, then, now! The world has known great heroes, as history books have showed, but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad.
He's so proud, really shouldn't be allowed.
Those clever men at Oxford know all there is to be known, but none of them know half so much as intelligent Mr. Toad.
He's so proud, really shouldn't be allowed. Oh, Mr. Toad, we're ready to explode. With pride is simply awful when you're in conceited mode.
The animals in the ark, they cried, their tears in torrents flowed. But who is it said, there's land ahead, encouraging Mr. Toad?
He's so proud, really shouldn't be allowed.
The queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She said, look, who's that handsome man? They answered, Mr. Toad.
He's so proud, really shouldn't be allowed. Oh, Mr. Toad, we're ready to explode. Your pride is simply awful when you're in conceited mode.
Stop, stop. Toad, I despair of you.
Toad, you've really done it this time.
Oh, come on, chaps. He's just excited at getting his house back.
I hereby wash my hands of Toad and all his doings.
Yes, and I'm forced to agree, Toad, and I say that more in sorrow than in anger.
Oh, come on. What's the harm in a little song?
Yeah.
Your loyalty is misplaced, Mole. Why, if Toad's father were here
Well,
today...
if my father were here, at least he'd be able to see how much I've changed. And I know I've got you to thank for that, Badger, pompous as you are. And you, Ratty, as good a pal as any chap could wish for. Almost as much as I wish you'd lighten up a little. And you, my new friend, Mr. Mole. Oh, chaps, I know I've been a very misguided Toad, but I've changed. And I can change yet more. Why, I'll be more thoughtful, more learned even. In fact, I vow to read at least one book from my library, and not one with pictures either. And I'll be a less impetuous Toad. Yes, in fact, I'll start on that right now, this very instant. And, chaps, I promise never to be proud again. Well, except to say that I'm proud to call you my friends. Proud and very grateful.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, Toad.
Fine words, butter no parsnips.
Many a mickle makes the muckle.
Oh, shut up, Geoffrey.
Charming!
Well, now, come on, you chaps, I mean it. Well, damn it all, I've actually grown up. Well, a bit at least.
Come on, chaps. Give a chap a chance.
I think he's reached closure on certain issues. He's still in denial on others.
I am not in denial.
Such as the oats and the fillies and the paddock I was promised.
Oh,
Shut up, Geoffrey, and sing.
We all of us are heroes, you see this in our way. The animals of the river bank have had their final say. Toads in his home, we're friends one and all. Apart from the stoats and the weasels and that nasty thing with the faces of woods, and we're going to have a ball. Why? Oh, Mr. Toad, let's have one more the road. Oh, Mr. Toad, let's have one for the road. Oh, Mr. Toad, let's have one for the road.
Tonight, actually, they seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Did you manage to enjoy yourself up
Yeah,
there?
just about, yeah. Off you. Right. Film people getting changed.
Miss Jennings over here, who's one of the stars of the show.
You aren't serious, are you?
It's all right.
Nicola, say hello to the camera.
Hello.
What's that? 2,000 years' time, a future Tony Robinson will look at this and think, you know, this is what it's all. Simon, you're terrific tonight.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
It's very strong. It's probably start.
Toad, actually. Toad. Yeah, there you go.
Green is sinking in.
I know, I'm getting greener every day.
In meetings, I think that guy's not confident. Oh, the fruit in his hand. This is what's happened.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure how to this. Okay, well, we're moving right along. Stabbing, backside
There we are.
walls, very good.
Little cameo rolls.
And Badger, very good job tonight, mate. Very good, very funny.
Thank you.
And here's, I can never remember, Chelsea Bunny, just take off her makeup.
Hello.
Very good. And is that Harry Man or what? I had actually mine, I've got that, but I had it lasered off actually.
Oh, did you? I do work in these laser clinics, making sure they're safe for people like you to have your hair removed. Yes, I know, it's disgraceful. Was it the Harley Street, the Street of Shame, as we call it? Yeah.
Actually,
Okay, we'll do it in
William
private,
was
yeah,
little
private.
star tonight, weren't you? You did really well.
Half makeup on.
Ta-da!
Hello, we met earlier.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Noel himself.
Hello.
And that'll do.
Yeah.
Jolly nice.
Fantastic. I'm the director.
You're very kind.